Hello, folks. Welcome to my channel, Rico's Paradigm. Today, I want to talk about why it's important not to just choose a Filipina based on the older the Filipina is, the more mentally mature she is. Selecting a mate purely on the basis of age can present serious difficulties, particularly for expats looking to date Filipinas. When talking about relationships between expats and Filipinas, age frequently takes center stage. However, concentrating solely on this topic can ignore important components of a strong, long lasting relationship. Here are some justifications for why expats should put compatibility, character, values, and life goals ahead of age when dating a Filipina, as well as the long term advantages of doing so. Compatibility or emotional maturity are not assured by age alone. Regardless of age, emotional intelligence, empathy, resilience, and self awareness are traits that help a partner deal with life's obstacles. Even though some younger people may exhibit exceptional emotional maturity, years alone cannot be used to make this assumption. Regardless of age, the ideal partner should offer emotional support, flexibility, and a common understanding of fundamental principles. Expats seeking a Filipino partner should ask themselves: does she possess the emotional depth necessary to manage the relationship's cross cultural and frequently long distance aspects? Does she understand mutual support, financial independence, and life goals realistically? Compared to a relationship built on an arbitrary age difference, one based on these factors is more resilient to stress and less likely to fail. Financial planning, shared objectives, and a stable life vision are all common components of creating a future together. Age does not always translate into ambition, financial security, or the ability to handle life's practicalities. Even though it may be correlated with life experience, a Filipina's financial and life skills should be taken into account rather than age as a stand in for stability. Does she possess any training or work experience that could help the couple achieve their common objectives? Does she have budgeting or saving skills, and is she financially responsible? A Filipino who contributes a solid grasp of practical and financial issues will be an invaluable collaborator in creating a secure future. Instead of encouraging one sided dependency, this strategy also promotes respect for one another and self sufficiency. When both partners have similar interests, pastimes, and goals, meaningful relationships flourish. Beyond mere physical attraction or companionship, a connection based on shared values and passions offers depth and pleasure. For instance, finding a companion who is as enthusiastic about travel or learning new languages as you are can be helpful for expats. A Filipina's relationship will be more meaningful if she and her expat partner share similar goals, such as furthering her education, providing for her family, or starting a small business. Regardless of age, finding a Filipino who shares the expat's goals and way of life will set the groundwork for a happy life together. A lot of cultural awareness, flexibility, and open mindedness are necessary for intercultural relationships. Many expats undervalue the importance of culture in a fulfilling relationship, preferring to concentrate on flimsy factors like age. However, communication, family dynamics, and relationship expectations can all be greatly impacted by culture. Instead of focusing on age, expats should look for qualities like a Filipina's readiness to make concessions on cultural differences and her openness to learning about the expat's cultural background. Flexibility in adjusting to a way of life that may be very different from her own. A Filipina is more likely to overcome cultural differences and create a more harmonious relationship if she shows that she is willing to learn about her partner's culture and is able to respect both customs. Many Filipinas are very independent and ambitious, whether they are pursuing personal objectives, career advancement, or higher education. A person's motivation, capacity to work toward their objectives, and contribution to a relationship cannot be determined solely by their age. An expat should look for a partner who is ambitious in their own right, adding fresh viewpoints and common objectives to the relationship. An ambitious Filipina with a strong desire to better herself will make a significant contribution to the relationship, whether it be by fostering common goals or by offering special insights and abilities. Will be less likely to rely solely on her spouse for emotional or financial support. Instead of creating an unbalanced, dependency driven dynamic, this strategy empowers both partners and promotes an equal relationship where both can help each other grow. Although traditional values and close family ties are typical among Filipinas, modern relationships benefit when partners modify these values to conform to a more equitable relationship model. When evaluating a Filipino for a relationship, expats should pay attention to our views on relationship, family, and support qualities that are not influenced by age. Expats should inquire about the following rather than assuming that a younger Filipina will inevitably play a traditional supportive role. What expectations does she have for family involvement, and how does she view the role of a partner? Does she envision a respectful relationship in which both partners support and contribute to the family? Regardless of age, a Filipino who approaches family and relationships thoughtfully will probably be more suited for a respectful, equal, and well balanced relationship. Any healthy relationship must have self worth and confidence, but these attributes are developed via life experiences, introspection, and self respect rather than age alone. Strong self esteem increases a Filipina's likelihood of being able to communicate honestly, offer emotional support, and be resilient in the face of adversity. For expats, this entails seeking a Filipino who demonstrates self assurance and dignity, which frequently translate into respect for one another in a relationship, offers a constructive, well rounded viewpoint on relationships and life, a relationship that is less susceptible to being influenced by petty worries and more likely to develop genuine relationship is the outcome of a Filipino who is self-assured and unlikely to base her value only on outward characteristics like age or appearance. Any relationship needs communication, but cross-cultural relationships require it even more. Although some expats might think that a younger partner will be more flexible when it comes to picking up new languages or adjusting to Western culture, these abilities are best assessed by looking at her communication skills, curiosity, and open mindedness. Examine the communication abilities of a Filipina. Is she able to have meaningful conversations with her partner because she speaks English or another common language? Does she demonstrate tolerance and a readiness to recognize and correct cultural misunderstandings? Strong connections, trust, and understandings are all fostered by effective communication and are essential components of a long lasting relationship. A person's behavior and values in relationship are determined by their ethics, integrity, and character. When choosing a partner, expats should consider personal ethics rather than age. The foundation of any wholesome, trustworthy relationship is integrity, honesty, and dependability. A Filipino with strong ethical values is more likely to treat people with integrity and decency and resolve disputes fairly. Instead of depending on things like age or appearance to give you security or confidence, build a relationship based on trust. Emphasizing ethics will help expats build a trustworthy relationship where both partners can rely on one another through the highs and lows of life. Lastly, a person's approach to love and relationship is greatly influenced by their relationship skill and past experiences. While age can give some people experience, it does not equate to relationship wisdom. A Filipina selected solely for her youth is far less valuable than one who has learned from previous relationships, has excellent communication skills, and has a constructive approach to conflict resolution. Expats should seek partners who recognize the value of patience and compromise in resolving conflicts in relationships, able to clearly express their requirements and expectations, which promotes an honest and open collaboration. Strong relationship skills will probably give a Filipina the understanding and resiliency needed for a cross cultural relationship, which will result in a more loving and stable relationship. A relationship based on mutual respect, trust, and long term happiness can result when expats contemplating a relationship with a Filipina choose to base their decision not on age but on compatibility, personal qualities, values, and life goals. Expats can steer clear of the traps of shallow standards and cultivate a relationship that is long lasting, harmonious, and profoundly satisfying for both parties by concentrating on attributes that actually improve the relationship. Ultimately, a relationship based on these fundamental characteristics has a much higher chance of surviving life's obstacles, cultural differences, and personal development. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.